What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about one of the hardest Warzone Easter eggs yet, a free blueprint unlock, and even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and also let me know in the comment section what's been your favorite Warzone Easter egg of all time, going as far back as even Verdansk. There's been quite a few Warzone Easter eggs over the years, but as of lately, we haven't had too many added into Warzone 2, but luckily that changes here with Vondel. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to unlock the Rise Up blueprint for the Lockman. Now, I do want to reiterate that this can only be done over on Resurgence, and you'll see why it would be cool if you could do this in DMZ in a couple of minutes. There's a couple of steps a part of this which are kind of based on whether or not you have good RNG with the Storm, because if you don't, then it's likely a rip until you restart and go into a different match in which the Storm doesn't exactly prevent you from going to certain locations on the map itself. I'd recommend doing this with about 3 to 4 people, which makes things a lot easier, as you're about to see. Now, you also want to make sure you go over to your settings and go to the interact reload behavior setting and switch it to tap to reload. For some reason, there's a bug preventing you from completing a certain step in this Easter egg if you don't have this setting toggled. Again, this will probably be fixed in the next couple of days, but if you're watching this video as it just gets released, then you want to make sure you do have this setting messed with. But with that being said, you're now going to be looking for a specific backpack that you need to investigate. Now, I know this backpack was found on day 1 of Vondel's launch, and nobody out there knew exactly what to do after finding the backpack. The backpack could be found at one of 6 locations in your match. It'll, again, only be at one of these locations. It's either going to be the castle right up the stairs, it'll be on the roof of the police station, the roof of the fire department, the roof near the market area, the roof on the mall itself, near one of the vents or one of the generator systems that you'll see, or it could be on the roof of the university. Again, you'll notice a pattern here, which is that the backpack can only be found on rooftops of these locations. It's really not that hard to find. Once you go up to it, you'll get an interact prompt to go ahead and investigate the backpack itself. But this is why I said it's best to have a team of at least 3 to 4 people, so you can cover a lot more ground a lot faster. And the faster you find the backpack, the faster you can do the next step, which again, you want to do as fast as possible because of a possible situation where there's bad RNG with the Storm collapse, because that Storm could again ruin your run here of this Easter egg. I'd recommend having one person drop on any one of the random chopper spawns on Vondel, while another person drops specifically on the castle to check that location, in which a chopper may also spawn right next to the castle as well. So you can possibly get 2 choppers at the beginning of your matches to cover more ground as fast as you possibly can. Now, this Easter egg did go unsolved for a number of days because of this step right here. So after you've investigated that backpack, you'll pick up a phone in which coordinates will pop up on the phone itself. These coordinates will mention either the D sector, the E sector, F, or even G. These sectors are also within bodies of water by all the canals here on Vondel, and what you want to do is go to each of these coordinates and find notes that you have to decode. This is easier said than done though, as all the notes are underwater, while you have to be quick finding them as a storm may collapse in and cut off where you need to be. You can also find these notes in any order that you'd like, so I'd recommend going after the notes that are closest to being out of zone first so that the storm doesn't prevent you from completing this. Now, there's one major flaw with this quest that wouldn't have really been a flaw if this was doable in DMZ, and that's the fact that there's around 3 note spawns per coordinate, which makes things fairly complicated, right? I'll pin a comment down below once all spawns are found, and I'm sure a graphic will also get made highlighting all possible note spawns. I want to give a shout out to Cover MF, who posted a video last night highlighting a lot of spawns that have been found so far, but it's likely not all of them. If you check out the video, be sure to drop him support and tell him I sent you. I'd like to reiterate as well that all these notes are underwater, and the bigger the team you have, the faster you can get this done if you have one player go to each coordinate after investigating the bag. It's already a challenge finding the backpack as it is, hence why you want a chopper to fly around, let alone going to each of these coordinates and looking for the notes while avoiding being shot by real people. So hopefully you guys have a weapon or even your full loadout to make sure you can defend yourself if the situation comes up where you have to actually take out enemies while looking for these notes. I always appreciate a challenge like this in Warzone, but it does get a bit crazy when having to remember about 12 spawns for the notes, all of which are underwater. Again, in Cover MF's video, he shows about 2 spawns per coordinate, but there's a few matches where it was just nowhere to be found, and I figured, you know what, there's actually probably 3 spawns per coordinate, but maybe I just had bad RNG or experienced the bug. But I'm going to say right now, I'm a little confident that there's about 3 spawns per coordinate in each sector, so that makes things a little complicated. Obviously, it would have been a lot easier if there was only 1 spawn for the note per coordinate and you knew exactly where to go every single match, but life's not that easy. Now, also be sure to utilize those redeployed drones if you need to. Let's say you guys lose your chopper and you're trying to get to another coordinate as fast as you can to try to find the notes. Using those redeployed drones can help you get there a lot faster. And the thing is, if for some reason you guys are a little too late and a storm does begin to collapse on where you need to be, then you can try going down there with a durable gas mask or even a regular gas mask if you time it right. And it's even worth sacrificing yourself if you know exactly where the note is and you guys go into the storm to go in and complete that. But sometimes, like I experienced, points, there were matches where we knew exactly where to go and could even see the note while we were underwater, but we were so deep in the storm that it wasn't possible to actually decode it while keeping enough health to stay alive. So that was just going to be an automatic restart. But upon interacting with all 4 codes, you'll get a pop-up on your HUD that an encrypted supply drop is on its way. Give it about a minute and you'll see where it's dropping in. Now, this is also easier said than done because in a few attempts that I gave this a go, we had teams camping on our crate, preventing us from grabbing it. The cool thing is that if you weren't the team to interact with those notes, then you can't actually interact with this crate to steal the rewards. I mean, how funny would that have been if you did all the work finding those notes underwater just for a different team to camp your reward crate and steal that blueprint from you? That would have been ridiculous. It's also funny how the crate does come with bright purple smoke, which lets everybody know that the Easter egg has been completed. It makes this even more of a challenge, which is always fun, of course. In my gameplay, I flanked around the enemies that were camping the crate over at Central Station so that my buddy Sean could interact with the crate itself, as you saw at the beginning of this video. And I believe there's only a few spawns this crate can go to. It's not always over here, as you guys see in my gameplay, but it's usually in a couple of set locations. And upon interacting with this crate, you'll see the Rise Up blueprint drop to the floor. Pick that up and your entire team will now have it unlocked. The crate also captures pretty slowly, so make sure you guys bring smokes or have one of your teammates defending you while you're capturing it in case anybody out there ends up camping on the crate. Yeah, people are evil and will just try to camp the crate to prevent you from getting your reward, even though they did none of the steps like I said. That's just the Warzone community for you, and it happens in the gaming industry. But with that being said, this is just one of many secret unlock rewards inside of Vondel. I covered quite a few in a previous video that I have linked down below in this video's description, and I'm not sure if all those secret rewards were meant to be in the game just yet. I had kind of a gut feeling that some of those challenges and rewards were meant to be released with a mid-season update, as they did mention in the recent blog post that we were getting an expansion to the Battle Pass for the Assault on Vondel event. So I'm assuming that meant we have an Assault on Vondel sector in the pass that gets added in for free if you own the pass, and that would release a new series of challenges and rewards that you can go ahead and complete instead of just expanding on the Assault on Vondel event through the events tab. I figured that maybe some of those challenges and rewards were a part of that for the mid-season, but it's a little unclear as of right now. We also have the individual Alex, usually posts early content from time to time over on Twitter for Call of Duty. He went ahead and posted the following list for other secret rewards that are apparently within Vondel. He mentioned 1 win equals a reward sticker, 50 matches played is an emblem, 200 matches played is a calling card, 1 lockdown win, an emblem, 25 lockdown wins, a calling card, 1 BR win, an emblem, 25 BR wins, a calling card, then 1 underwater kill, a weapon charm, 1 execution kill, an execution, 25 melee kills, the melee weapon blueprint, as I also covered in a previous video. Then the body scan Easter egg rewards you with this MP5 blueprint. Again, some of those challenges might just be placeholders, might be completely canceled, or might actually be in the game right now, but you can't actually do the lockdown or BR one since those modes aren't live yet here within Vondel. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on one of the hardest Warzone Easter eggs yet, based on the RNG alone, with having to do this while dealing with the storm? What are your thoughts on the free blueprint that you can unlock, which also looks pretty damn clean with any mastery camo? And what are your thoughts on everything else we discussed? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.